Hello, this is Naya. I am going to show you how to glitter your ornaments. So just to do an inventory with everything you need, you need definitely the plastic ornament, glitter. I use extra fine. I just like how it turns out. A funnel and polyacrylic, and that's what's in here. I typically will get the polyacrylic and then I'll pour it in one of these. They're really ketchup bottles, and they're clear, that you can get in the condiments aisle or wherever in Walmart where they sell like the plasticware for the kitchen. All right, so let's get started. First thing, I open up my ornament. I take the polyacrylic, and what I like about this too is it has the top on it so you can take it off. Then I'll just pour not too much, because you don't want it to be too much because it'll take longer to dry. And then I will pour just a little nice amount, and then I want to get it well coated. And then a mason jar, and I'll show you what that's for, but I typically will do it over the mason jar because it's going to sit there while it dries. So I want to make sure every bit of this inside is coated and well coated, because that's where the glitter is going to go. So if there's any gaps, then there's going to be a problem. And then there's going to be a gap in your beautiful ornament. And keep in mind, this top part you can, but it's going to get covered with this. So you can add glitter to it. I typically don't do too much. Like I said, I start off with just slightly because I don't want to have too much left over. And again, I want it to dry rather quickly. I don't want to have to take like several days for the glitter to dry, because really after we do this part, we can glitter right away. So it's just, again, I'm just watching it inside. You can see, just kind of making sure it's coated and seeing the areas that are not coated, because you rather spend more time doing this than trying to have to go back and add some polyacrylic while the glitter is already in there. So again, I'm getting the bottom, I'm kind of just looking around, and I think it's just about ready. Perfect. It looks like it's well coated, and there's extra left over, which I can see. So I'm going to turn it upside down. And my mason jar, it just came from an old spaghetti jar. I keep my spaghetti jars. I use the classical one. That's my go-to. And one of the reasons why is because I like the taste of the spaghetti sauce, but I also can reuse the jars. So I save every single one of them. So I have a whole bunch of those. And so right now I'm just letting it kind of drip out any extra. And this is the moment where if you want to get that part right here at the top, you can. All right, still dripping. And I think it's enough. There's like a little bit right up here, so I know it's not going to get any glitter. And like I said, I'm okay with it because it's going to get covered. So it should be fine. So, and then if you have a whole bunch of them that you're doing at one time, you just do one, you let it kind of sit for a little bit. You don't want to dry it out, but you can let it sit. So now I have my glitter, and I'll use a funnel. You can, or you don't really necessarily have to, but I'll use the funnel in order to put the glitter inside. So, and this one you can really just lay it on inside. It doesn't matter, because you're going to move it around, and you have your sheet of paper underneath, because then we'll dump it. So I'm moving it around. You see, if I didn't leave it upside down too much, so you can kind of see some areas where it kind of has a lot of the polyacrylic. Well, let me move the mason jar out the way, because now I'm going to just move it around and then start to dump it out. And I won't add the top to it until it's dry because it'll peel off the inside of the glitter. And there we go. Then I just kind of tap it a little, and then it'll dry just like this, and then that'll get covered up too. You see there's kind of a line. That means that there was a little bit more polyacrylic in that area, but overall it looks pretty decent. And that's when I was saying being very like careful and make sure you lay it out everywhere. And that's really that simple. Then I could put this, and sometimes what I'll typically do if I want to have it dry, I'll put it back in upside down in my mason jar. And then I will take my leftover glitter, because we do not trash, we reuse. And that's why I use just like a scrap paper or just a sheet of paper, and pour it. Oops, got a little out, which is okay. I'll get that up in a second, but then it goes right in. And that's how you add glitter to your ornament.